fast life, the fast living. They see the ambition, they know I'm past driven. Look, we are not the same, this is not a game. I've been swerving through the city in and out of lanes.
Alright guys, we're in the car going to pick up our new track build. Pretty freaking hyped on this right now. I've been putting it out to the universe that I want like a super cheap M2 competition. You know, I wasn't ever expecting it to be what it is that we're getting right now. Just been putting it out there that I want a cheap M2, and today looks like the day that we're finally gonna get our cheap M2. So shortly here we'll be doing a little reveal of what it is. And yeah, it's gonna need some work, but it's not too much work, hopefully. I've already checked the car out a couple times and been under the car, and it seems to all be fixable. So we're gonna go buy this car. We got the cash right here, and just stoked. We'll be at the spot very shortly. Some of you guys may know the spot, some of you guys may not know the spot. Very cool place that we're going to pick the car up. So let's do it. Some of you guys may know this place, some of you guys may not know this place. Over here at Street 6 Auto Parts Dismantling, and today they have a very interesting car that I just couldn't pass up. So let's go check it out. All right, let's get a good first look at the car. I don't know if they tracked this thing previously or what, because it's got some good gunk on it. But yeah, it seems to all be there. M2 competition badging. Got a little carbon spoiler on it already. I don't know what this is about. I think they probably just like, I don't know. Find out here what's up with it. Stock exhaust still, stock diffuser. It's basically all around stock car. Blue stitching interior with the DCT. Yeah, it's an M2. Damn. Coolest part right here. 42,000 miles. It's all there. Got a brake system error message. Let's see what else we got. Chassis stabilization. Please call. It's steering, which we know is busted. Oh, she just shut off on us. Alright, well, we're gonna have to get this stuff sorted. Quick little look at the car. It's all here, it's pretty clean. DCT, what we want. Time to get her back to the shop. Made a little deal. We're gonna swap out the M240 wheels for these M3 wheels, just to make the car look a little better and be able to drive. Gives it a little better fitment. Alright guys, so tow truck's here to move it to the shop, which is like literally only 1,000 feet down the road. Me and Sergey did a little trade. Now, it's a little too much fitment, but it'll work for now. At least the car doesn't look like a complete piece of shit. So we put the E9X M3 wheels on it. I had to rig the car up in neutral, if you can see there, due to not being able to start in the car. So she's rigged up in neutral, and we're gonna go ahead and get her over to the shop. Get the M2 in the shop, my customer cars, and then I can work on my car. It's slightly used. We found out too, I didn't notice what is a upgraded heat exchanger, so that's a nice little bonus I wasn't expecting or didn't even realize was there at first. Alright guys, so basically what I'm going to do is drive the car in as far as I can get it up into this corner. And that should get the car just enough onto the flat surface that we can push it from here. We're almost in. As you can see, Ben's done a beautiful job driving the car in. M2's in the shop. Fucking stoked. The leg just decided it doesn't want to turn on anymore.
Hey, look at that. Oh, look at that.
Prizes.
That,
dude, fucking spoon. Woo! Bonus points. What's good is it looks nice in here. Woo! Honestly, it's crazy. Like, I already have one of these, but this thing was gonna get parted out. This thing was at a dismantling, a part out. Well, I don't even know what you call it. Straight six auto dismantling. They were gonna strip this car of everything that was good and literally junk the shell. So like, I feel like I just saved this thing from the depths. So crazy. All right, guys, prepare yourselves for what you're about to see. So, this is why we bought the car. This is why it was at the auto dismantling. I don't know if you guys see something wrong here, but holy hell. Looks like oil pan busted up in there. Yeah, this oil pan subframe took a pretty good blow, and the oil cooler. Honestly, I think it's pretty lucky. This car could have been in much, much worse shape. Still holding coolant. It seems the radiator and everything is still good. It does suck that we took a fat blow here to the steering rack, which also looks like it's been bent up due to the crossmember bending, and also like these tabs have bent. But like little things like these plastic pieces look like they're gonna be okay and usable. Under trays are gone and missing. Who knows where they're at, but that's easy stuff to fix and get. We have a new Mishimoto oil cooler we're going to be throwing on it. I also have a new oil pan over there in the corner that we're going to be throwing on it. And I also have a new front subframe to replace this bent one. So first things first, we're going to get the subframe out of the car. We're going to get this broken oil pan off. There's also, it looks like maybe the windage tray or the oil baffle is broken. So we're going to go ahead and get that replaced as well. This car was an East Coast car, so you can see quite a bit of like what looks like salt that was on the roads. Doesn't really bother me. Luckily, the car is not super old. The transmission pan did take a fat blow here, whatever went through the car. Luckily, missed the oil level sensor, but we do have another one just in case. Missed the wiring for the O2 sensors, which was super lucky. Somehow didn't even touch the transmission crossmember, blows my mind, or the catalytic converters, but then hits back here. So I don't know if the guy hit a big boulder or I don't know. It kind of just doesn't even make sense what happened to this car. Whatever it was, it took a fat blow. Rear subframe got hit pretty hard too. We do actually have a new rear subframe as well. That's gonna be one of the last things that I do once I kind of replace the motor stuff. So we're gonna work front to back, fix the front end stuff, confirm that the motor's good. There is another ding right here. I think this was from Copart or whoever was moving it with a forklift. I think the forklift hit right there. That's what it looks like to me. Looks like maybe they hit right here too. Not totally sure. But overall, the car's in, you know, considerable good shape considering what happened to it. There's no chassis damage. There's literally not even a dent on the car. There's quite a bit of rubber on the car, which makes me believe that maybe he was tracking it or something when this happened. There's also 18-inch, or my bad, F80 front and rear rotors and calipers on the car. So we got the 380s in the front, and I believe there are 360s or 370s in the back. So we have those. My guess is that he did track the car by seeing that, and he probably had some 18-inch wheels on it, hence why it had the M240 wheels when we first got it. So we've got the new E9X, new to us E9X M3 wheels just for now to be his rollers. Got rid of those ugly M240 wheels that were rubbing on the calipers here in the front. Luckily, because the car was being moved around by forklift, the calipers aren't super scraped, a little damage, but honestly, I hate to be like, this is a beater car, but this is kind of gonna be the shop beater. We're gonna track it. You know, the front bumpers already had some wear and rock chips, so it's not a perfect car. It's pretty close to perfect, but it's kind of the ideal spec and condition and mileage for a great track car. So I have another M2 competition in a 6-speed, and I've always kind of just wanted a DCT car. I used to have a DCT F80, and ever since selling it and getting a 6-speed one, I really kind of almost regretted it. And now I have another DCT car that I can play with, which, you know, as you know, is probably the preferred transmission for the track, just being that it's faster. You don't have to worry about shifting or missing a shift and, you know, over revving the motor or whatever. So in that sense, this is kind of the perfect car for us. We're going to be going ahead and starting the process of removing the subframe out of the car and, you know, getting all those components on the motor fixed, and hopefully, crossing our fingers, that we have a good motor. The car only has 42,000 miles on it, so definitely should be a good motor as long as they didn't run it too long. My guess is anytime you would do anything like this, especially if you're a car guy, you're going to turn the car off. So we're hoping that that's the case. We'll go ahead and probably end up like getting a single mid pipe or something for the car, since it is a 2019, and tuning it. You know, you chop it here and there, so not a big deal. On the exhaust that's bent, we'll replace that. I don't really care to keep the factory exhaust on this one anyways. I'm gonna kind of do a lot more motor mods on this one since it is a DCT, and whereas my other car's a 6-speed and basically brand new, still only have 2,000 miles on the car, I don't really feel like doing motor mods. But since this thing is basically out of warranty and not in the, you know, best shape, we're just gonna have fun with this one. So here's to the start of our new track build, and we will be taking you guys through the process of removing the subframe, maybe not bolt for bolt, but the general gist of what needs to be done, and getting this oil pan off and replacing the oil pan, gasket, and bolts. So let's go ahead and start by getting these wheels off and getting the car started, getting it apart. Probably going to pull this oil cooler, probably going to pull, you know, the sway bar down and some other things, and we'll just keep on working through. We're going to have to undo the control arms here at the subframe. We're going to take the steering rack out of it because that's obviously busted, and just work our way through it. So should be fairly quick, not extremely quick, probably an hour to two to get this thing completely gutted to the oil pan. So let's get started.